Has he worked out toy meta yet? Dude, I thought you were going to talk about Toy Story. Again, a lot of dads have a very similar experience here that I've seen online. I've become much more emotional as I've gotten older. Every Toy Story makes me cry for like a different reason. My daughter was watching Toy Story 3. Can you believe that they had the toys thinking that they were gonna fucking burn to death in a pit of fire. And then Lotso the bear asked for Woody and Buzz's help to get out so he can hit the emergency stop button. He's like, Sheriff, Sheriff. And then they give him a boost. Lotso climbs up to the top and they're like, hit the button, we're all gonna fucking die, dude. And then Lotso goes, where's your kid now, Sheriff? And he like saunters out and you're like, no! And then all the toys, I can't believe they put this shit out for kids, man. All the toys are lying on the garbage and they're like starting, Bullseye, the horse is like struggling and then Jesse just like grabs his paw. Like, no, Bullseye, we're cooked. Like, accept death. And you're like, ah! That's crazy, man. They were putting that in, or I guess his hoof, not his paw, but I can't believe they were the kids. I was like 22 when I was fucked up for other reasons. I was on an airplane going to South Korea to like, it was symbolic of me like leaving my childhood and young adult years behind. So like I was messed up. But then even as an adult watching that, like my 2-year-old's sitting there watching the TV, like they're gonna fucking, the toys are headed for oblivion. Oblivion! It's not like, oh, Woody's arm is gonna fall off. It's like their molecules are going to be reduced to the atomic level. I guess I could always just buy like another Woody or whatever, but you get what I'm saying. And then this fucking Deus Ex Machina, the alien, the claw. And I'm like, it's so cheap. It's such a cheap fucking narrative device. Chekhov's claw. Like, it doesn't even, you had such a good emotional moment, you fucking ruined it. But I'm not even crying or whatever. All I'm trying to say is those aliens are heroes. These bits always get me laughing later in the day. It's just the circle of life, brother, and it like fucking moves us all. And if fucking mama san wrong movie? I think it's always the right movie. Except I'm kind of, people aren't ready for this. People my age, at least, they're not ready for it. I kind of think The Lion King is like slightly overrated, but it occupies a special place in my heart as a millennial. Don't get me wrong. Oh, he's the smartest man of all time? Aladdin's better? People my age don't want to hear it unless maybe they have kids, in which case they already know what it's like. But like, I'm just being straight up with you. Perhaps my most unpopular take right now. I think that the modern animated Disney movies are basically just as good as the 4 super classic ones from when I was a kid. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King. I think you could stack Moana up there without a doubt. I think you could put Princess and the Frog up there. I think you can put Frozen 1 up there. I think it's impossible for you, because like for kids that are, oh, let's go. For kids that are that age, man, can you imagine how pog it would be to be like 9 or 7 and watch Frozen in the fucking movie theater? That would have been a formative experience for your life. Those kids are going to college in like 5 years and they're going to bond over that. They're going to be like smoking gravity bongs talking about how much they cried when they saw Let It Go at the Scotiabank Cineplex, okay? It's a fundamentally generation-defining experience that at my age, just simply because of when I was born, I won't be able to experience, so I'll forever be jealous, I suppose. I think that having watched both of them a reasonable amount in the last few years, in my opinion, I think that Frozen 1 is as good as The Lion King. Like, I think if you were a smug fucking New York elite film Twitter bro, you would be like, oh, like the first time you saw The Lion King with a waxed mustache. By the way, get rinsed, everybody. Get rinsed. Get rinsed. Get rinsed. You'd have been like, oh, the circle of life, a little too easy. Hey, subtlety called. It wants itself back. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. What a delightful little My Future Plan song from Disney. Not that bad. But can you feel the love tonight? Can you hear the snores tonight? We're so back. Frozen's whole plot hinges on a random twist villain. Yeah, still good. The songs in Frozen, with God as my witness, are better than the songs in The Lion King. And they didn't even need Elton John. Elton John gives those songs like a 25% boost easy. When you're listening to the official soundtrack and it's not Elton John, you're like, why would pay Sir Elton whatever he wanted to be on the official soundtrack? You fucked up for life having him like work with Tim Rice to write the songs, but then you didn't put it on the official soundtrack. What are you doing? Might be NL's worst take. I get it. I get it. You are an anti-natalist 34-year-old. I can see myself in you. I can understand your love for The Lion King, because I was there weeping in the theater. Like, they will never kill Mufasa. Cereal. I'm telling you, if you could look at your kid when they watch the modern animated Disney movies that are not shitty, like the ones that are pretty good, you will see a funhouse mirror of yourself at that age. You'll have more respect for yourself. You'll have more respect for your kid. You'll have more respect for your mom and dad. Thoughts on the Tarzan soundtrack? You're gonna, if you want to be mad, then that's what we're doing today. I think that I like Phil Collins. I think that the Tarzan soundtrack is not very good. Comparing it to other Disney soundtracks, I like Strangers Like Me. I never want to hear You'll Be in My Heart ever again. You're -2 farming? I'm just giving my honest opinion. It's not farming. Like, there's a difference. Dan putting Hades in the dog shit tier is farming. Because that's not his honest opinion. He knows what he's doing. Hades is mid. He put it in the lowest possible tier. That's not mid. Mid is like Neon Abyss. That's in the C tier. Listen, Neon Abyss, somebody's got to bear the brunt, okay? When's the last time you listened to every Disney soundtrack? The new songs blow the old ones out? That's what I'm saying, man. I've been listening to this shit every day for 3 years. People are like, Tangled blows, man. Circle of Life is the best song ever. You haven't willfully listened to the Circle of Life since you were 9 years old. I understand that, like, it occupies an important place in your mind, in your life. Your ass got to listen a little bit to, like, I've Got a Dream from Tangled. Your ass got to listen to Dig a Little Deeper from The Princess and the Frog or something like that. Hang on, I think I altered my DPI. I did. I mean, you got to listen. Josh, do you listen to a lot of Disney? Probably not, but you ever hit him with oh, I'm malicious, mean, and scary. My sneer could curdle dairy. And violence-wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But despite my evil look and my temper and my hook, I've always yearned to be a concert pianist. Can't you see me with a special... Wait, this way, we got it on the... We went to Jeffrey Tambor's verse by accident. Can't you see me on the stage performing Mozart? Twinkle in the ivories till they gleam. See, I'd rather be called deadly for my killer show tune medley. Thank you. Because way down deep inside, I've got a dream. Anyway. It's a certified classic. I'm just saying, though, like, I know this is, like, classic, you know, like, I can't believe a grown man is still talking about movies for kids. We're on 2 Life. This is bad. But, like, I think it is kind of crazy that in Toy Story 3 came out in 2010. I don't think current day Disney would be like, oh, yeah, and then we're going to have it look like all the toys die in a fire. And we're going to have, like, 8 minutes where it just, like, they've accepted their fate and that they're going to... You know, first it's going to be nothing, then it's going to be hot, and then it's going to be darkness forever. I don't think they would do that now. It's a kind of a brave artistic decision. Relative to a children's movie, at least. For most children's movies. It also teaches the valuable lessons that stoic acceptance is the only proper reaction to danger. So true. I mean, the horses, or the toys accepting their fate is one thing. Seeing that a bullseye struggle with it, I mean, that's the kind of thing that'll stick in your craw. Because the animal doesn't know, man. What does the animal know? It doesn't know anything. It's a toy horse. It knows it's gonna die. Brother, this shit is made of polyurethane. It just knows it's getting hot. It knows it's gonna die. Listen to yourself. Hang on. We gotta make some like bold plays here if we're gonna get out of this. It knows. Hey, what are you, bullseye explainer on Twitter? I bet it did smell crazy in there. I will say though, Toy Story 1, who's the villain? Sid. Oh, fucking... He's an 8-year-old kid who's not nice to toys, which in real life are made of fucking plastic, so who cares? But for some reason, like, we're supposed to be like, ah, that kid's a sociopath, right? Sid didn't really do anything wrong. He's a fucked up home life, okay? It's not his fault that his mom is, like, dating a dude who rides a motorcycle or whatever. Okay, good game, guys. That was a fun one. There go my ranking points. Toy Story 2, who's the bad guy? Prospector. Now, the Prospector does some stuff that is not great. You know, he imprisons Woody under false pretenses. But it's because he's lonely. And also, he's trying to provide, you know, a safe home and a surrogate family for Jesse. I'm not saying you got to hand it to him. Al... Yeah, I mean, Al is a bad guy. He stole a toy from a garage sale. What is that shit? There's like a $0 fine, don't do it again from the Supreme Court. Like, you know, it's not like he was committing like a war crime or something like that. He's not a good guy, but still. Regardless, okay, Toy Story 4, who's the villain? Gabby. Literally her only crime is that she was like, her manufacturing process was fucked up in the factory, so she's never experienced love. That's literally like why she's set up to be the villain. And then they pull the rug out and they're like, actually, she's just sad, which is totally fair. Who's the villain of Toy Story 3? Lotso fucking leaves all he had to do was hit a button and he let the toys fucking burn to death in a fire. As long as we're comparing the villains of Toy Story, like, if the toys were human beings, he basically tried to kill like 50 people. Also, I'm just saying, I feel like when you see the mechanics of it, when you see the claw come down and grab all the toys, they don't say it, but you know a couple of toys, like Slinky Dog or Ham or Mrs. Potato Head or something like that, you know that they were tumbling it, because that's not a perfect seal. I think they just didn't talk about it. They were like, you did a great job. You saved Woody, Buzz, Jesse. We all appreciate that. You saved Rex. Sure. Maybe a couple of toys fell out, but you did what you could. You did what we didn't. It's unreasonable to expect perfection there. You saved most of the important ones, and for that, we'll be grateful. What about Sid's experiments? They're all on toys, right? I mean, Sid is not even a villain. He's literally just a little kid. Now, you know, if you watch the movie and you were to ask me, hey, where do you think you see Sid's life going? I got my own personal opinions on that based on the tendencies that he's showing at his young age, okay? But none of that actually gets borne out on the screen, and he's got plenty of time to change his ways. He's just a little kid. Like, he's literally in like the 8th grade. No, not even the 8th. He's probably in like the 3rd grade or something like that. I'm losing it. People are like, in one breath, they're like, I wouldn't debase myself by watching Disney movies as an adult. Meanwhile, they're like, actually, Sid becomes the trash man in the 3rd Toy Story movie, according to this video essay that I watched on YouTube. What the hell? You can't have both of those sentences back to back? Are you crazy? Different guys? They are not different guys. Some of them are different, but not all of them are different. You guys are crazy for that one.
I'm malicious, mean, and scary. My sneer could curdle dairy. And violence-wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But despite my evil look, and my temper and my hook, I've always yearned to be a concert pianist. Can't you see me on the stage performing Mozart, twinkling the ivories till they gleam? Though I do like breaking femurs, you can count me with the dreamers, 'cause way down deep inside I've got a dream. I've got a dream. He's got a dream. Okay.